Hey, my name is Shadowsense and you're watching Arcade Spirits. I guess we're opening a new arcade all by ourselves after the Funplex is sold to Dekonami, which is highly unfortunate, but we're making our own arcade with blackjack and hookers. Okay, maybe not the blackjack and the hookers, but you get my point. Decision number 1, funding and direction. In order for me to back your play, Hamza would require you to strike at the very heart of Dekonami's empire and open a family restaurant alongside your arcade. Take from him the very business he adores so much. We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant. Thankfully, your business partner does. I own several restaurants. I would provide staffing and resources.
No risk, no reward.
Now, this is a risky play, but if it succeeds, the rewards shall be tremendous. Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind. Oh yes, but rather than a restaurant, well, we'd like to open up a barcade. I've always wanted to run a bar. I'd raise a glass to that idea. After all, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glitching. God damn it. I don't know what TV show that was. Shit, but I know exactly what they're referencing. What TV show was that? I'll figure it out. Now, it wouldn't be nearly as large scale as a family restaurant, much safer. Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy. Honestly, I'd prefer if you simply ran a video arcade and nothing more. Adding on extra seems like a recipe for failure. We know how to operate simple, small-scale arcades, so why not stick with our strengths? Let me just make sure this is all capturing well. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I'll grant it has a lower ceiling for success than the others. It's just an arcade and won't pull in anybody looking for more. Low risk, low reward. But I'd say that would be my condition. We need to stick to the basics. So, take the big gamble on a family restaurant, or make a little cozy little barcade, or just go with a classic video arcade. This decision is going to affect the entire direction of the new venture. What do I want to do? What's my dream? I kinda want to do a barcade. Because Ben and Matt are cool, so. Let's steal Deco's restaurant? No. Make a barcade. Why not? Seems simple enough. Who doesn't like getting their drink on like Donkey Kong? Trademarked. Let's open a barcade. Smashing! We'll take care of the bar side of things. And you can do what you do best, wrangling games. Hamza admits to disappointment, but cannot defy your iron will. Not sure Moopies is a fine fit for a barcade, but barcades do bring in nostalgic adult players. Certainly some of them will rediscover Moopy and fall in love again. See, Percy, it pays to have that optimism. Okay, the second thing we need to talk about is what sort of games we want to focus on. The Funplex did a little bit of everything, and we will too. We want to include all gamers. But we can also highlight one style of play or another. Really provide best-in-class gaming for a specific audience. Any thoughts? Decision number 2, game focus.
Sweet.
Retro games. Let me do my voice. Retro games. It's gotta be all about retro games. You know I'm capable of keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focus on retro games, we could serve an audience that Deco's completely ignoring.
As would I.
I would agree with Miss Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. I'll grant it wouldn't pull in much profit, but we know gamers are seeking them. We don't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure and untainted dream afloat. And we can do that with a well-curated retro game library.
Nope, no way.
Retro's cool and all, but let's talk esports games. They'll draw money better than jamming a magnet up your ass and dragging you through Fortnite. What the fuck? What is that phrase? That's quite the sentence. Get a couple of good fighters, more than one FOD, some race and dance games, the kind of stuff where folks can compete head to head, and we're golden. I have to agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulators and consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of an arcade at home. If we had an esports focus, we could build something together which works as a second home for all sorts of gamers. I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and prize games. They provide excellent profits. It's the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focus those games, we can do them right. No predatory pricing, no scams or ripoffs. And the truth is, most people enjoy them, from kids wanting to win that big prize to the wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk.
Yes!
They're simple to play and, most of all, fun. If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone. And prizes. Did I mention the prizes? We can stock the shelves with the coolest prizes around. Better than Deco's prizes, which fall apart 2 minutes after you get them. Which matches my ideal arcade more? We'll have all three, sure, but do we want to emphasize retro games, esports, or prize games? Oh shit! Man, Ashley, why aren't you into retro games? Retro's kinda been there, done that? At least the arcades I've been to. Even at like conventions, the arcades are mostly retro. Retro and rhythm games. They're Japanese imports. I like community, and esports would generate a lot of profit. But retro would also... All of these would generate really good profit no matter what. It's basically just who I'm siding with, honestly. Damn it, Ashley. I don't want to do anything like Deco. I want to stay away. So sorry, Gavin and Ash, but not doing prize. We're not going to emphasize prize games. Let's do actual games. Let's go with Queen Bee and Teo. Arcades are all about healthy communities. If we can build an esports scene around the new arcade, we'll have regulars and healthy competition. I'm game for that. Hot damn, now this is a plan. A choice, kid. My body is ready for this next dance. Okay, so that's money in games. Now let's go beyond what we had already had at the Funplex. Let's really make this something special. Decision number 3, new projects. I want a defining feature for our arcade, one which will make it stand out. Something nobody else is doing, something nobody's even thought of before. All ideas on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not too outlandish for me. Show me what you got. Well, I mean, I'm not really a part of this, but come on, you're my best friend and a 100% part of this. I couldn't be here in this moment if it wasn't for you. Go on, Juniper, what's your idea? Branding. I'm freelancing now, which means I could come on board as their personal brand manager. One heck of a consulting gig. An arcade needs really stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event poster I made for you.
What if?
Oh, hey, Juniper. I can add to that. What if we work together? I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you on how it'll tie into the visuals for the rest of the arcade.
Yes!
It's a winning combination. Ashley and I can do great work together and come up with some really stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in the crowd. Hell, I know exactly what sort of project I'd want us to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous, and duct taping a webcam in front of the screen is a lazy hack. If I could just step right up to a game and, I don't know, swipe a card or something and be streaming with a direct feed in seconds? Well, I can think of a dozen streamers who just flock to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah!
Actually, I think I know how we could do that. I could rig up a general purpose daughter board which plays man in the middle for the video feed, works with an RFID reader to get a streamer's info, ties into a central video encoder on the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, I could make that happen, and without damaging any classic hardware. Once more in English, please? I know software, not hardware. We stick a thingy in the thingy and everything works just fine. I'm sure there's legal and copyright issues to tackle, but if we can do it, let's be the world's first streaming arcade. That's a good idea. I was thinking, well, if the reason why older games are considered a dead end is that they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem,
Lovely.
why not add ticket output to normal games? We could reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score or speed of completion. With the right balancing, we can make old games just as desirable as new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles to clear, but I'm in favor of this idea. It's not that I love prize games, I find boring personally. You know I favor pinball. But profit is the lifeblood of an arcade, and prize games are profitable. If we can get Moopy producing tickets, well, that's something nobody's ever done before. Interesting. But as much as I'd love to do all three, I doubt we have the money or time for that. Let's focus on one project to launch with our arcade with. Do we want to have really good branding, or streamer support, or retrofit tickets on old games? Branding. Branding, we gotta stand out. I mean, arcade streaming would be awesome. Oh, shit. Branding. Doing branding. We need to stand out from the pack. That means strong graphic design and a great mascot. Can't think of anyone better suited than Juniper and Ashley. Yeah, you won't regret this, Matt. I got ideas. I'll make the ultimate cosplay, my masterpiece, my Mona Lisa. Just you wait and see. One more thing. Final decision. The name. This is going to be my baby, my dream arcade. I've got a name already in mind for it. So, barring any objections, I'd like to welcome you all to... Got it. Gonna name it after the event. Neon Dawn. Is that right? That works. Neon Dawn. Let's call it Neon Dawn. Neon Dawn. I like it. We can work with that. Let's hear it for Neon Dawn. Our home lives again. How exciting. Fuck yeah. A toast then? One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink and raise mine high in turn. This is Mountain Dew. For those we've lost and those we've yet to meet. No, that's not me. Together we can accomplish anything. I know that together we can accomplish anything. For Neon Dawn and the future. For Neon Dawn! Our arcade is gonna be a thing. It's a barcade. Losing everything, then getting it all back, and then some. It's been a roller coaster of a week, to be sure. But I can't rest now. Absolutely not. I need to take charge of this project and my life in general. I have to do for them what Francine did for us. That's okay. I'm ready and willing. And this is our time. Yeah, it is. You've cleared level 6 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. Forgot the voice again. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, compassionate. Also, you scored 21,250 points. Shops in the volcano-devastated city of Pompeii bear the characteristics of a pizzeria. That's a neat, if a bit depressing, pizza fact just for you. Do you want to save your game? Yeah. Just double save, sure. I love this level music. I can't believe how long this game is. Not that I'm complaining, I just did not expect here to be in, what is this, episode 26? I just did not expect that at all. New Game Plus. Good title. It's a future year. Yep, it's the distant future year of 20XX. For the first time, I am entirely in control of my destiny. I'm no longer merely working in an arcade. Now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still, my future. I'll admit, it feels weird. I've grown so used to going with the flow, letting life batter and bruise me, and having a true and honest hand on the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flames of Miss Francine's Funplex alive as we move into the era of Neon Dawn. And well, my hands are on the controls and I intend to steer this ship true. They're relying on me to be the steady rock in the chaos of this new project, so that's what I have to be. I'll make them all proud of me, and I'm proud to be a part of Neon Dawn. If there's one driving reason to make Neon Dawn work, it's Ashley. to give her a home away from home after the fall of the Funplex. This will be ours, and I'm not going to settle for anything less, no matter what it takes. Now all that's left is to get through opening day without incident. I arrived early that morning to go over any last-minute preparations and make sure everything is in order. Plus, Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. So she lovingly shoved me out of the apartment and told me to be productive. Now I stood in awe of the building, a dream I poured my heart and soul into, still barely believed it myself. I paused a moment to let reality finally hit me and then stepped into my destiny. It's the same layout. Oh, but there's a window over here, of course. I saw what they did because this graphic just popped in. They just replaced a couple of the arcade games and not that I'm complaining, I actually like that. Bob, Jen, VTA, Indy. Oh, that's cool. Changes. It's like a screensaver. I like it. Pushing open the doors to Neon Dawn, I was greeted by a relative peace and quiet. Just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. We traveled along an arduous road ever since the Great Wakervenspirance. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned pizza place with that all-too-familiar triangular roof. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Quirk is in our favor. And I really couldn't have done all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Ben and Matt went in with us on the cost of renovating the space to include the bar they wanted to run. I doubt we could have done this without their backing and advice. We went with the familiar layout, if it ain't broke and all that, to show that we've still got the spirit and passion that made the Funplex great. Okay, that explains. But it's not all a carbon copy. We've got a few new additions that Francine would even be proud of. The video wall is a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos, and high score leaderboards. Hey, Teo! On Showtime stage, of course. We also repainted and did a general update on all the appliance and fixtures to give it a more finished feel, and less of a retired pizza place turned arcade vibe. Teo and Queen Bee worked together to pick out a few key games that would appeal to the esports community. We've got fighting games, racing games, shooting games, dancing games. You want head-to-head action? We got it. Granted, I think that's a typo. We still have a decent selection of other stuff too, so all tastes are catered to, but Queen Bee is confident this will pull the fighting game community as well as the MOBA community. So I have no idea what a MOBA is aside from Fist of Discomfort like, but Queen Bee assures me that it's hot shit right now. Juniper and Ashley really nailed our grand experiment into unique branding. It's completely on point. By spearheading our advertising campaign, the buzz is building. Our hype train is pulling in passengers of all sorts, and the imagery that they created will ride with them long after they've left. Definitely a right call to make. All my decisions, all my choices, made this. Made Neon Dawn what it is. So much labor and love went into the project from all of us, and now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour begins, I still want to do one last check on operations just in case. Stocking up a bar and an arcade at the same time proved tricky. Fortunately, Ben and Matt were more than happy to direct the team tending the bar, the bartenders if you will.
Hello. Hello.
Mr. Business Partner. Or would you prefer simply Matt? Matt works just fine. How's the bar? Stocked with all the fixings for any number of fancy cocktails. And a few basic drafts on tap, of course. Honestly, Matt, you need to enrich your taste buds with a mixed drink or two. Nothing wrong with a pint or two of ale, Ben.
Everything's coming up roses.
Anyway, we'll be all set for the opening. Can't read. We'll be overseeing the bar for opening day. After that, we'll leave you in the capable hands of our bartenders. Good people all. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the update. Running a barcade takes a lot of work. Glad we could divide the labor between us. After my quick check-in, I noticed the clock. Its unforgiving hands telling me that it's not long now. See? Everything going perfectly. No detail overlooked, just according to Keikaku. Translator's note, Keikaku means plan. I'm proud of everything we've accomplished. When those doors open and all our regulars come back to play, when new folks drawn in by our advertising wander in, it'll all click. I allow myself a smile, pleased with our progress. Today is going to be a great day, the first day of our new dream. It'll be wonderful. As long as no unforeseen problems pop up. Matt? I'll watch Ashley approach me immediately. I'm speechless. This is the first time I've seen Ashley's mascot costume for Neon Dawn. She's been keeping it under wraps for so long. Ashley and Juniper have been working really hard on matching the new marketing design for her newest mascot idea. Can't believe she managed to keep this costume a complete secret from me. I really had no idea. And upon seeing her in it, I'm overcome with emotion. It's just so... It's 100% Ashley. Cute and perfect? Sure. I couldn't say enough good things about Ashley's new costume. She looks so adorable in it. I wish I could whisk her off her feet and we could skip out on working today. Be still, my beating heart. I'm going to need a moment to calm down. I freaking love it, just as much as I love you. I'm so proud of you, it's very well done. I'd expect nothing less of you, Ashley. Such a relief. With all the stress that I've been dealing with in regards to the new opening, to have one thing be flawless is really going to make this opening go much more smoothly. I notice my praise isn't having much of an effect on Ashley though. I'd expect her to be her bubbly happy self. She's always so excited to show me her cosplays and projects, but something is different here. She's completely downtrodden. Matt.
I hate it.
What? What? Ashley, what do you mean? It looks fantastic. It's perfectly... Before I can finish, Ashley snatches up my words.
It's so awful. I hate everything about it. The bows are all wonky and some of the stitches didn't sew.
Is that the game logo on the heart?
Skirt. The logo is all smudged looking and my prop staff has too many faults to list off. It's horrible.
I'm not a cosplayer, but I get it. This happens to a lot of cosplayers, so... Whoa, Ashley, calm down for a minute. I don't see any of these faults you're claiming. The stress must have been getting to Ashley, too. I stepped towards her in an attempt to ease her. I placed my hands on her shoulders and looked directly into her eyes. Honestly, truly, it looks amazing. You're amazing. I kissed her softly atop her forehead and smiled gently. Ashley looks back at me, blinking back tears, her lower lip quivering. She swallows once more before answering me.
I'm sorry. It's so awful. I've ruined everything.
Oh, stop. The floodgates open and as tears begin... Oh, typo. Streaking down her face. I quickly envelop Ashley in a hug and she continues to cry into my chest. You haven't ruined anything. We haven't even opened, so there's nothing to ruin. I try to make light of the situation to get her to crack a smile, but it has the opposite effect. Ashley sobs harder.
This is supposed to be your big day. Your moment of glory, and here I am wasting your time and your energy. You shouldn't bother with me.
Ashley wriggles free from my arms and pushes me away.
That's just what I am. Just a waste of space. I'm nothing.
Where the heck is this coming from? I've never seen Ashley this worked up on a serious self-loathing bender. That's not true, Ashley. You're far from nothing. Every time I try to say something nice, Ashley fights back, refusing to accept the truth, refusing to accept herself.
I don't deserve you. You should be with someone better. Someone who's prettier, handsomer, more talented, smarter.
No, I hate this.
Nicer than me.
But that is you. You are all of those things. I love you wholeheartedly. She keeps spiraling farther and farther into despair, her negativity crescendoing. Normally I have one of three different solutions to solve any number of problems, but for once I don't think anything I say will help this situation.
You deserve someone who's got their life together. And who knows who they really are.
Trying to comfort her again, I put my arm around her. She retracts immediately from my touch, her face contorts into a look of pain and disgust.
It's all ruined.
Ashley yells at me and I am silenced. As a wave of emotion crests, a pang of realization hits her and she was completely overtaken by her own emotions. She takes a breath, stifled by sobs.
Everything's ruined.
Tears roll continually down her face, hitting the unrelenting arcade floor. Man, I just can't. I can't do this. Ashley's words break my heart. How can she say such things about herself? This is not something I'm going to sit back and take lightly. Ashley needs help, just not from me. If I just keep pushing, it may push her away. What she really needs... Damn it! Okay. We'll deal with this on the next episode. So thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.